Hi guys, and welcome back to my vlog channel. I hope that you're all doing well. In today's vlog I thought that I would basically do a story time of my first holiday, which was in Cyprus. We went to Paphos. It was 3 years ago, so getting on now, but yeah, I thought I would just let you know what happened really. I have kind of written down some notes just so that I try to keep myself on track, but basically I went with two other friends of mine. We flew with Jet2. It was a departure of 11 o'clock and we arrived in Cyprus at 5:45. We stayed for a week. We were in a 4-star hotel, I believe it was. It was a great hotel, basic really. We didn't have any activities planned, so we just explored Paphos, and we went to the market, had some time on the beach, used the hotel's pool, the swimming pool, and any activities that the hotel itself was running. We done quite a lot of exploring. The weather was beautiful. It was very sunny the whole week. One night where there was a bit stormy. I'm sure I've got a video of a lightning storm happening. Quite cool to see, but it did turn the night quite cold. Obviously in a hot country, I assume it's the same everywhere. You get hot weather during the day and then it turns cold during the night. So always make sure that whenever you're going to a country, you've got some sort of like jumper or sweater to put over something, just so that you don't freeze. We done a lot of hotel activities, as I mentioned, which was table tennis. We had a tennis court, but it was too hot during the day to really spend too much time out there. And there was like a little mini water park which we had, which was very fun to use. I'm sure that was the first time that I'd ever used a water park before, and we used the e-scooters out there, which was fun. We also enjoyed some good food at the hotel. We were in all-inclusive, which was the first thing we had when we checked into the hotel. We had to obviously get our wristbands to say that we were all-inclusive. We also tried out local cafe, and the food was beautiful. We also did do a little bit of like shopping. I got, in my previous video of my bag collection, I got that what one was it now? I think I showed it, the Yves Saint Laurent bag. I got that from Cyprus, which is a really nice purchase of mine. And what else did I get? I got a few more little trinkets from the marketplace, and that was really, I did get quite a few little bits just to commemorate my time there. It was the first time I had ever been out of the country, first time to a day destination, and it was the first time that I'd ever gotten a plane. Plane ride was great. I had nothing bad to say about it. On the way home though, there was a little bit of a dip in the plane. That's when we was about to land, but nothing major. So it was a smooth ride overall, which I was grateful for as a first time flyer. I would definitely obviously get on the plane again. Didn't really have anything bad to say about it, but it was quite strange. Just remember in my friend's dad's car, I started getting a little bit nervous as we were approaching Stansted Airport, because I was like, oh my gosh, like the time has come, I'm about to get on a plane and I've never done this before. But it was fine. We arrived early, made sure we got through security, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't a long line at all. We had to obviously make sure there was nothing metal to get through the sensors. I somehow had to be, I don't know what they call it, but like the thing what they use a device to make sure you got nothing like metal on you, because something picked up as metal. I think it may have been a jacket, like the metal buttons, because there was nothing else that I could think of that was metal, because I'd put most of it in the tray. But that was fine. I did think at one point I'd forgotten my AirPods at home, but I hadn't. I had them on me. That's when you have like last minute panic mode. You're like, oh my god, what have I forgot? What have I forgot? So we got through to duty free. We had a McDonald's, and I didn't actually know you could take stuff like that on the plane. I thought you had to like finish it before, but so we took that on the plane with us. We also got on a little like shuttle bus to get to our gate. It was the first time I'd ever obviously used that. I didn't know we were going to have to use it. Sorry, my storytelling is a bit backwards. I'm sort of like going back here and back there, but I'm just trying to think in my head as well. We also, like when we actually got into the airport, we had to find the Jet 2 area so that we could check our bags in. I thought it was going to be, you know, you queue up, someone at like a row of counters, they take your bag, like input your details from your passport onto their computer, but it was quite the opposite. Me and my friends, we had a little bit of a queue. There was one person at a kiosk just on themselves. It looked like they were working from like an iPad type of device, and they checked your passport, and then they said to go to the area where there's like little other kiosks with like scales for you to weigh your bag on, like your suitcase, so that then you could basically put your weight in, or I'm just trying to remember what we had to. I think we had to put our weight in and then make sure that nothing that shouldn't have been in your I think it was the hand luggage couldn't go in your something that can be in your hand luggage should go in your checked luggage, so that it wasn't in your carry-on. A little bit confusing, but I basically moved something over just to be on the safe side. I think it was a charger of some sort, I don't know, but yeah, I weighed that. Then we had to put our own sticker on. This was the first time I was ever doing this, by the way, so I was like just trying to go with the flow as best as I could. My other two friends had obviously been on holidays before. I was just the only one that hadn't, so I was grateful that they helped me out with that. Then we just had to go to another part where there was another person at a kiosk, and that's when you put your suitcase, like the luggage that you're checking in, on this conveyor belt, and they just push a button, and then off it goes to the plane, and then you're just left with your carry-on bag, so that you can carry that with you obviously on the plane. I only had a big rucksack as my carry-on, so it was small enough size to fit underneath the aeroplane seat, so I didn't actually need to put it on the overhead compartment, which was nice. And also it was a 3-seat plane in a row. I was in the middle, my two friends either side of me. I didn't sit in the window seat, but my friend said basically to have a sweet, like a boiled sweet, to suck on that, because when the plane goes up, the pressure in your ears, it starts to, you know, that muffled thing that happens with your ears sometimes. I don't know, like if you accidentally get like water in your ear, and then sometimes your ear just goes a bit weird, like you can't hear out of it properly. It was basically that. So the sweet, when you suck on it, it was to stop that from happening, and that worked very well for me. The other two got they had like a pain in their ears at some point, but I didn't get that. So but it didn't last that long. So whilst we was on the plane, we was just eating the food that we got from duty free, and just watching Netflix basically, just to kill the time. We did also buy a word search book to keep us preoccupied, and oh my gosh, we got involved in it, and it really made the time fly by. Honestly, it was just keeping our brains working. and I was grateful that we got that because it made the flight even better. And we did get some things from what do they call it when the air hostesses come with their cart with like food, snacks, whatever that's called. We had that, and that was nice, and I was pretty relaxed, so I was grateful that it was a smooth ride. I'm just trying to think, when we was in Cyprus, on one of the days that we ended up in the town, we was like on our way back to the hotel. We actually had a taxi driver. I'm sure he offered to take us back to our hotel. He seemed to know the hotel, so we obviously trusted him, got in the car, and then this is where it got a little bit nerve-wracking for us, because he ended up taking us to a house that was not the hotel, so we were just like a little bit freaking out at that point. We was like, what was going on? And we had to tell him, like, this isn't our hotel, and he seemed a bit confused himself. He was like, oh, like, what do you mean then? So we ended up having to kind of guide him to it, and it turns out the guy was basically saying it must have been a new hotel because he'd never been there before, and it was somewhere else that he took us that was basically the same place, like the same sort of like name or something. I don't really remember, but it was something along the lines. It was new and he didn't know about it, so that was fine. Panic over. We got to the hotel, and thanked the driver for his time. And I think that was probably, no, that wasn't the last taxi ride that we'd done for that holiday. We'd done another one with a lady, really nice, and that's how we really got to and from like the hotel to the market and back. We did use the e-scooters. Those were really fun. They're quite fast, and that was the first time I'd ever been on an e-scooter before as well, but we had a great time in those. And I'm just trying to think. We dined in the hotel because it was an all-inclusive. We basically used the all-inclusives as much as we could, and obviously did go out to cafes in the town whenever we felt like we wanted to. We did relax by the beach. It was fun to relax there, and it was absolutely stunning. I'm just trying to think now. The hotel room was big, quite big. It was me and my friend, and then my other friend was in a different room. We had no complaints about the room whatsoever. We had a balcony, so that was fun to use. Obviously perfect opportunities for pictures. And I'm just trying to think to myself, the only thing I would say about the actual security of the hotel was like the door didn't, from what I remember, you couldn't lock the door from the inside, so basically you'd shut the door and I think that would be it. We had like a card holder on the wall, so basically to get out of the hotel door you'd have to put the card in there to open it. I think that was the only thing about the security. It was just a bit weird. I hadn't obviously been in a hotel room for a number of years, so I couldn't really remember what it was like. I just thought it would be like a standard, like traditional, put a key in the door, lock it, or something like that. I don't know, but it was quite modern, so maybe it's just me. Not being in a hotel much before, I don't know how these places really work, but that's just the only thing that was a little bit off-putting for me, because I just wanted to make sure that, you know, when you lock a door you can actually lock it, so you've got that sense of security in your mind that, okay, you're fine now, if you get what I mean. But every hotel has their own security measures, I'm sure. Then it came to when we had to leave, packed everything up. I had the suitcases actually just down there. I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's just there. That was the suitcase that I used. I did pack quite a few things, obviously like your essentials. It was hard to get shut even when I was departing to Cyprus, but on the way back I had to ask my two friends to help me sit on my suitcase so that I could actually like shut it and zip it up. But thankfully I had enough room in my carry-on to put like the trinkets and the bits that I had bought in Cyprus back, so that they were safe for me on the plane. I knew that nothing was going to get smashed. And when we landed back in Stansted, my friend's suitcase sadly busted open after he got it off the conveyor belt. I had no idea that was going to happen. It was fine the whole time. It just decided to give up. The suitcase just decided to say, right, it's time. I've served my purpose. I'm just going to expand on you now. When you think back, it's obviously funny, but at the time you're just like, oh my god, like I've got to get it all back in and secure it as best as I can. And he was fine. I'm sure he's got a new suitcase since. Then we were just on our way home. It was quicker. I don't know, whenever you're going somewhere it feels long, but when you're coming back it feels quicker. It was the same with the plane ride, but this can't be helped. In terms of packing, obviously I bought summer stuff, like tops, shorts, obviously underwear, made sure I had plenty of that, and like sandals, socks if you want them, I guess, I don't know. And like just some sort of like walking shoes. I also bought toiletries with me, actually no, I didn't bring like hair stuff. I'll tell you actually in a sec. I brought makeup with me. Speaking of makeup, I still haven't found the missing makeup. It's gone. I think it's been thrown away, but I have bought some little bits recently which I will show, but I also do still need to get a foundation, concealer and a powder, which I haven't bought yet. I think I'm going to get them online, so when I've sorted that out I will make an updated makeup collection video. I'll be quite excited to show you. But getting back to the point, I had actually forgotten to bring a hairbrush with me. I know, I don't know how I done it, but I must have been so focused on like my outfits and like my toiletries, and I completely forgot a hairbrush. So I had to use my friend's. She was kind enough to let me borrow it for the week. She had her one that she was using too, and I just don't know how I done that. I really don't. Everything else fit perfectly. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I'd never actually had an opportunity to use a suitcase properly before like actually like rolling it. So obviously when I got to the airport, I had to sort of like try and teach myself to keep control of it, because when I was like walking it was like sort of like bouncing everywhere on the wheels. Luckily the wheels stayed on. My friend's suitcase, she got a new one, I'm sure it was, and it busted at the airport, like the wheel I think, so I don't know how that happened. And I'm just trying to think now, but yeah, no, my suitcase, as old as it is, it's done me well. It did wither a bit, that was the only thing I noticed about it, but wheel stayed on, and I managed to wheel it fine. I think I was just in a rush and like trying to keep up with them, because they were going quite quick for me, that I may have panicked a little bit, and just like as I was bringing it behind me, it just went it was just like rocking all over the place, but it was fine. I got control of it, I got the hang of it, and that didn't happen anymore after that. But yes, the only the only thing when I was leaving the house to like get driven to my friend's house was how loud it was on the pavement when I was obviously taking the suitcase down the steps. Like for early in the morning, I was just like, oh my god, why is it so loud? Like I feel like I'm waking everyone up, sort of thing. But I tried to do it quickly so I didn't cause too much, so I wasn't too loud basically. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know, it was just a little bit annoying that it was that loud. But I got it in the car and it was fine. That was basically the majority of the holiday. It was an amazing holiday. I had recommend Cyprus. Paphos is where we went for a week. Beautiful weather, beautiful food, and just lovely people. And yeah, it was really nice. And I would love to try and go somewhere else at some point. America is on my bucket list to do. It's been a dream for a very long time, and hopefully I'll be able to do it at some point. And yeah, that was my Storytime Cyprus basically. Hope that you enjoyed, and yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want to know about the trip in the comments, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.